Hi everyone, thank you for joining in on the video. My name's Steve Ludlow, MD of Harlow Group and curator of the Sales Leadership blog. I have Catherine Edgar with me here today. Thank you for joining us, Catherine.
That's my pleasure, Steve.
Catherine's the CEO of the Synergy Group. The Synergy Group are a leading sales transformation consultancy and training company in the area of Salesforce improvement. Obviously you work with the likes of Telstra, Westpac, McAfee. The list is much longer, I know.
Yes.
But we don't have time to list them all off today. What's interesting about Catherine's business right now is you've just released this Sustained Sales Outlook and Opportunities Report of 2015. Do you mind kicking off by telling us a little bit about what this report is, what inspired you to do it, and what sales leaders can get from it?
Absolutely, Steve. Look, the report, as a sales transformation organisation, it's important that we bring leading insight relevance to our customers, being sales leaders across Asia Pacific region and in fact globally. So the report aims to arm the sales profession with the latest thinking and insights around what the market's doing. And also prepare teams to be able to respond to those dynamic forces of change. So this is our third year in a row that we've released the report. It's getting stronger each year, and we're seeing the support for the report has been significant this year. In fact, just today, we're delighted to say it's been picked up and commented on by all of Australia's leading press, being the Australian, BRW and the Herald.
Congratulations, that's exciting.
So the report really is about arming the sales profession with the sort of current view of how to drive sales performance within their organisations.
Great, fantastic. So this is really measuring change, and the title here is The Game Has Changed. One of the game changes, obviously, over the last few years, and it's even been evident over the last three that you've been doing this report, is the introduction of digital, which is obviously old news in the context of the internet.
Sure.
But sales leaders are becoming far more sophisticated over the last number of years than what they were prior.
That's for sure.
What impact has digital had on sales for over the last sort of 3 to 5 years in your view, Catherine?
Oh, Steve, look, great question. The impact has been significant, as you would know, particularly in the B2B space. So probably three things that I'd consider there as a sales leader or a sales professional wanting to really tackle the digital space effectively in relation to how they go to market. The number of touch points. So increased number of touch points that a client will experience before making a decision is vastly different to that of 5 years ago. So a B2B sales professional really needs to be able to align to that number of touch points. So look at what they're doing in terms of the sales organisation and marketing working closely together to be able to tap into what the customer is seeing before they actually meet with you or reach out to you to explore your product or service offering. Okay,
so it's a continuation from the buying experience. It's obviously handled by marketing these days, perhaps more than it ever has been, definitely more than it has been. And the stats I've seen out there range anywhere between 50 to 80% of the buying cycle is finished before the salesperson gets an opportunity to influence that buying cycle.
That's right, absolutely.
And that's being managed by marketing.
It is. If it's done well, it's managed by marketing and they're very integrated. To that point, the customer's product knowledge is vastly increased. They have instant access to product data and user feedback. So often the customer is more informed than the actual sales professional in many cases.
In the context of understanding the competition or?
The competition and the products or services available to them. They've done the research, they've looked at the features and the functions of the products that are available, and if you're lucky enough to be in front of them, the conversation you need to be having then is not about features and functions of the service or the product. It's actually around a customer-centric conversation. So shifting that approach to being not about the product, but about the customer's situation, their goals, their aspirations, the challenges they're facing, the risks associated with getting it right or not getting it right. And then aligning your product or service offering and your value proposition to the customer's situation. So it's not about informing the customer anymore about your product. Sure, you need to be well versed, but the customer has a lot more information about your product before you ever actually get to the table. And the final thing would be advocacy. Instant access has made buyers far more discerning, and decisions are really made well before they meet you in terms of whether they trust your brand, whether the product stands up as being reliable, etc. So if you're not working once again closely with marketing and sales aren't working closely together to not only capture and generate, but also to leverage that advocacy, you're really missing a great opportunity.